Hello everybody, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Okay, what's been happening, I'll tell you. First and foremost, sorry I had to cancel the 4-piece gig. It was impossible for me to put that show together because of the technicalities involved, and I have this ear thing and I get dizzy. You all know about it. I believe it's sugar and wheat related. I'm convinced it is. And so I've had no sugar and no wheat for a few days, and it's settled down very nicely. Second thing is that I've rearranged the studio, but I haven't rearranged it. I emptied the room out. Okay, I emptied out the room completely, and I hoovered. I've got the vacuum cleaner out, and I've made some technical behind-the-scenes changes that you may not see, except for one. But the fact is, I'm preparing to expand the project, ladies and gentlemen. I am preparing to expand the project. Eusto Leon, Alexis John Irving, Alfonso Bastardos, Anita Kiefel, Dave Mason, Jeff Lewis, Pied Scooter, Darcy Correa. Good evening, everybody. I've put the screen there again. It's too much. See, I need to put the screen there. But the thing is Paul Wilson will be joining us with the keyboard in the next week or so. Well, in the next few days, and we're going to have drums here, and we're going to have bass there, and we're going to drop my pedals. Yes, we are. And so I had to clear everything out. Moving the project forward, ladies and gentlemen. Peter Younger, how you doing, my friend of many years? Merrill Apparel, nice to see you back. Steve Forward, nice to see you. Happy New Year. Happy Christmas, everybody. Just let me check this message, because I'm selling some stuff on eBay, you see. Yeah. I'm selling some stuff on eBay. Some guitar pickups and some little things. You might want to treat yourselves. Lovely. Stephanie Robinson, good evening. Well done, Merrill Apparel. Break your leg. Which I'll try not to, Mr. Mantas, but I know what you mean. Okay, because of this whole thing and watching a series on the Disney Channel called Dope Sick, very, very, very good indeed, ladies and gentlemen. If you've got the Disney Channel, get the Dope Sick. Very good, about painkillers in the pharmaceutical industry in America. Unbelievable. So I haven't got me nice smooth. Look at how tight. Look at how smart that is. Can you see that now? You get an idea of how things have changed on this side of the room, haven't you now? You see. But where those guitars are, it's going to be a little drum kit. It's going to be a little drum kit joining us there with a little drummer. Yeah. Signed photos. You want signed photos? I can do some signed photos. Okay, so the point I was trying to make is I don't have my super smooth titles. I haven't got them in place. So I'm going to have to start the track to find out what it is. Because I don't know what it is. I really don't. So we'll just start one and see what we've got. one. That one goes like that. Okay, everybody. Is everything coming through okay? Is everything coming through? Loud and clear? Picture's alright? Sound's alright? I think it must be. Like I say, I've made some adjustments. And the fact of the matter is you probably won't see any difference behind them there scenes. But need to run that, yeah. Okay, get that running. So, but there has been some changes made in the technicality of things, and I'm relying on you people out there to confirm that everything's looking good and sounding good. All good, Rax FX, that's what I like to hear. Brill Sound Steve, thank you very much, I appreciate that one. Yeah. What was I going to say now? Planning on some bigger projects. When I say bigger projects, I mean bringing more musicians into this situation. Because this was not, I repeat, this was not my intention, was to sit here week after week after week by myself. The intention was to expand, and do I need to bring that vocal microphone in? 1 2 1 2, hey, 2 1 2, okay. And that's what I'm going to start doing now. Sounds good, okay. Looks more high def, yeah, probably, yes. It's I've been messing about with the filters on the cameras, and you know, you got to push, you got to keep going forward, ladies and gentlemen. You can't sit still. You can't sit still. It's not what life's about. Life will push you forward. And the unhappiness and the depression of not moving forward is all about life trying to push you forward. You can't fight it. I don't know what's next. I'll have to press the button and see. Yeah, see now. It's a little one called Soul Tone, ladies and gentlemen. And it's in B. Oh, Twitch is better. Right, that's what I like. That's what I like. Everybody getting into Twitch, you get a better sound. Love that Gibson sounder. Some nice fluff ups in there for you, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Happy New Year, Dieter Sherney, thank you very much. Darcy Courier. Tadpole, thank you very much, so Happy New Year. What was the last one you called? The one I started with. Phase 2. Phase 2. Yeah. Paul plays piano, Wilson. Paul plays piano, Wilson. Paul Wilson plays piano. Paul piano plays Wilson. Good evening, Paul. Nice to hear from you. We're all getting there, mate. We're getting there. Those of you who are viewing on YouTube will see Paul Wilson has just said hello, and we're going to be getting some stuff going now. Everybody say hello to Paul. Okay, so like I say, I haven't got the posh titles of the tracks because I didn't have time, and I didn't think they were as important as getting the microphone and the guitar in tune. So I'll just press this button and I'll find out what's next, and then I'll stop it. Yes! Alright. This is called Mirror Image, and it's kind of a zapper thing. Here we go. there you go. Kind of based on that kind of burnt weenie sandwich era of Frank Zappa. Thank you very much, Peter Loudon. Thank you very much, Dave Mason. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, burnt weenie sandwich, ladies and gentlemen. Wine, port and lemon juice. Ode to a Holiday in Berlin. Masterpieces, every single one of them. I believe the track, for my German friends who are out there listening, Ode to a Holiday in Berlin is a tune that Zappa wrote based on a band that he heard when he was on holiday in Germany, and they were all out of tune. So he wrote this piece of music called Ode to a Holiday in Berlin, and the band are all out of tune. And it sounds like, why would you write a piece of music for a band that's out of tune? It's actually one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. But that was Frank Zappa, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what's next. I'll press the button and find out. Wet brain, ladies and gentlemen. This is all about what happens if you drink too much. I managed to get away with it. But many don't. It's called wet brain, my friends. See you, Rax FX. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you for everything. Paul Burke, Happy New Year. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Turn the distortion up a bit on this one, you see. Sound's not right on the guitar. Just give us a second. Don't need all that delay and echo. Bring the delay and echo back in for the solo, but if you got all of that delay and echo and you got all that mush on the end, you lose the definition. wet brain, otherwise known as Korsakoff syndrome, which is what happens when you drink a bottle of whiskey too fast. Thank you very much, thank you very much, thank you very much, thank you. Sophie Sanderup, Sophie Sanderup, that's a new name. I know that. Hello, Chelsea Guitars. Is Chelsea Guitars a maker or guitar shop, Paul? Chelsea Guitars, I think they're a shop actually, but don't quote me. I'm very out of touch with those shops. I don't go to many shops. Miriam A, good evening. Stephen Coleman in Boston. Martin Yarn in Fulda, I believe. Yes, town where I did a lot of destructive alcoholic drinking. Good evening, Paul and everyone. Davey O, thank you very much. Jeff Lewis, Shed. I thought it said shred when first time I read those. Right, what's next? Number 5, I think. Yes, okay. Let me organize the sound for this. Good evening in Spain, Anton Gomez. Yeah. That's called The Ballad of Teesdale Gardens, and it's about the house we grew up in. Hello, Mary Allen, good evening. Big Bocky, hello there. Someone called Mr. Green Thumbs or Mr. Green Doctor or something like that on Twitch. Hello there. Thank you very much, Peter Loudon. Miriam A, thank you very much. Stephen Cohen, there you go. Okay, well, that's nice. Yes, so look, you see, this is a bizarre, a peculiar mirror on the ceiling kind of shot. We'll be dancing on the ceiling next. But the idea for this is like I'm repeating myself. I repeat myself and I'm distressed. I repeat. Oh, there you go. I'm bringing in more musicians and I need more cameras to pick up more of the room. They're all pointing towards me at the moment, which is not really. Fucking hell. Let's not get started. You'll end up getting cancelled. But, yeah. Okay. So, what's the next island now? Somebody asked for Walker Road. It's coming, ladies and gentlemen. Walker Road. I may well do Walker Road tonight. Very late. Let's see what's next, isn't it? What we got? Jim Drummond on drums, Kenny Hutchison on bass. This is another Zappa-inspired composition, kind of from around the Tinseltown Rebellion era. Just around the kind of reggae stuff that Frank Zappa was playing with the brassy analog synths. And it goes a bit like this here. It's called Winter Break because I wrote it in Newcastle in January and it was fucking freezing. I think one of the things that makes that track so much fun is that the bass and the drums went down live. Jim Drummond on drums and Kenny Hutchison on the bass in the dining room of the guest house in Airdrie on the outskirts of Glasgow, Scotland. And that kind of gives it that energy, you know. Almost none of these tracks are programmed, ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you. You still, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, Kenny Hutchison on bass. From, where's Kenny from now? Livingston, up in Scotland, near, on the outskirts of Edinburgh. PayPal link, ladies and gentlemen. I believe someone's asking for PayPal links. Well, even if you're not looking for PayPal links, you can have the PayPal link. Think of it as an online busking session, ladies and gentlemen. I've done a bit of busking on the street. I promise you, I've done a bit of busking on the street. And if you want to make sure that you've liked and subscribed, please go ahead. If you've liked on YouTube or subscribed on YouTube or liked on Facebook or wherever the fuck it is you're supposed to do in this idiotic internet world that I tire of more daily. What else have we got? Got an email address there, ladies and gentlemen. paul@paulrose.co.uk. That's me, you see. If you want to ask about gear, software, even lessons, I do lessons. Maybe you want to buy an album, maybe you want to buy a CD. Can I just send a message out to all anonymous people now, everybody who bought a Christmas present album and CD for different people in different parts of the world, they were all shipped. They were all shipped. They're out there with the Royal Mail somewhere. If they don't turn up, I'll just send out another one. That's all that happens, basically. And occasionally something doesn't turn up, but very rarely. Got a Bandcamp page, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to buy anything. Got lots of ideas. I mean, you know, I've got 3-4 albums in the back of my mind. You know, I mean, one of them's finished. 2 of them are finished. Third one's almost finished, and the fourth one needs investment. Anybody like to invest in an album? It'll be excellent. I know exactly how it's going to go and how it's going to be and how I'm going to do it and how it's going to be presented and packaged. If you want to invest in an album, it only costs you about $3,000. Right. Where are we? Okay, next song. Where are we? Yes, okay. Now I don't know which one was that. Was that number 7, you see? Okay. Okay, this one's called Keep It Simple, Stupid. Keep It Simple, Stupid. Chelsea Guitars in New York. I know Chelsea Guitars in New York. Yeah, oh, fucking hell. Yeah, Chelsea Guitars, New York City. Yes, I've been in there regularly. I know the guy who runs it. And it's right underneath the hotel that Sid Vicious died in. No, was it Sid Vicious died in the hotel? The Chelsea Hotel. Is it 27th? Maybe some... Is there anybody out there in New York can tell me? Facebook's called you a spammer by posting links. What are your returns? To be agreed, to be worked out. You get everything back from the sales until you get all your money back. Then it's split thereafter. Okay. So, Chelsea Guitars. I think it's 27th. I think it's on 27th. I could be wrong. If there's anybody out there in New York wants to tell us what avenue Chelsea Guitars is on. But it's underneath the Chelsea Hotel, where the Ramones and Blondie and the Sex Pistols and all of those people used to stay. And I think it's where Sid Vicious died, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's where Sid Vicious died. I didn't buy the t-shirt, Ian. I didn't buy the t-shirt, Bonnie lad. I got it given. What's the guy called? I forget his name now. There's 3 guitar shops that I frequent in New York City. One of them's Chelsea Guitars. The other one's Rudy's. Rudy's a very nice gentleman, makes amazing guitars. Rudy Pencer. Martin Knopfler plays these guitars. And what's the other guitar shop I go into? Wildcat Guitars, which is upstate a little bit. I wear his t-shirt as well. Yes, but they're rich people's guitars. They're very rich people's guitars. Like not 1,500, $2,000 guitars. You're talking about 40, 50 grand. I mean, I was in the Guitar Center, New York, Hollywood, Los Angeles, Guitar Center, and they had a 1958 Strat in there, and it was $58,000, and it was guaranteed all original. The screws, the tuning kit, everything was 100% original. $58,000. There is not a guitar worth $58,000 on this planet. I don't even care if Hendrix played the Star Spangled Banner on it, or if Hendrix played Machine Gun on it, or if Peter Green played Albatross on it. There is not a guitar worth that money on the planet anywhere, ever, all time. If I won 150 million on the lottery, I'd pay any amount of money for Hendrix's White Strat. There you go. Especially the one that he played, Johnny B. Good. Yeah. Nancy Spungen died there. Yeah. 24th. 23rd. Yes, 23rd. I knew it was around that part. Dylan Thomas died in there. Did Dylan Thomas die in the Chelsea Hotel as well? Yeah, you get mugged for expensive stuff. It's shite. Right, and there's a lot of talking going on there. What's next? Oh, yes. Yeah, 58 Les Paul for £180,000. 1968. Well, you know. Yeah. 180,000 quid for a guitar. I don't know. I mean, if I played this guitar with my eyes closed and somebody swapped it for a 58, would I tell the difference? Would this one be better? I mean, at the end of the day, let's talk about Leo Fender for a moment. In 1954, when Leo Fender was making the Fender Strat in the first year of production, he didn't really know what he was doing. Now, if somebody can present me with a 1954 that plays better than that LSL Strat, I'll eat me heart. I'm telling you, I'll eat me heart. If you can give me a 1954, 1955 Strat that's better than that LSL by Lance Lerman, I'll be very surprised. Because Leo Fender was a great inventor and a great innovator, and the Fender Strat is the ultimate electric guitar, in my opinion, and I don't care if you've got a different opinion, you're welcome to it, and I'm going to try and change your mind. But that's my opinion. I mean, the Les Pauls are great, 335s are great, Telecasters are great, Flying V's are great. They're all great. I'd love a Firebird, Johnny Winter Firebird. I'd love one. But this is the king of kings, ladies and gentlemen. This is the ultimate king, the Stratocaster. And you know, it's come so far that someone like Lance can take that design and make little adjustments, tiny little adjustments like the fret sizes, and just different things that may not suit everybody, but it may suit somebody. Certainly suits me. And if you can bring me a 1954, 1955 that's that good, I don't think you can. Because it was in its infancy and there was a lot of mistakes made. And I think the necks on those early guitars were like so fat. You know, they were like so fat you couldn't play them. Because they had nothing to go by. So the 60s, you know, 59, 60, 61, 62, the necks started to get thinner. Well, I'm sure there's guitar aficionados out there who'll contradict me and tell me that I'm talking shite. By all means, you know, I won't be offended. I'd like to learn. But, you know, in my opinion, those very early Fenders had a long way to go. So the collector's pieces, I believe, for the history, not for the playability. But I could be wrong, and that's all right. I'm allowed to be wrong. Okay. Yeah, but that's a 61, Ian. That's a 61. Thomas plays a 61. That's a long time, you know, that's based on a 61 or 62. It's the business. I'm talking about the 54s. As I'm sure you're just kind of taking part in the discussion. Anyway, enough of that, Paul. Play the guitar. Shut up and play a guitar.
Yeah, too many do, we just get locked away. Thank you very much, everybody. Somebody asked for Get Carter. Oh, God. Is the person who asked for Get Carter out there? Was it Jeff Lewis? Was it Jeff Lewis? Somebody asked for Get Carter. If the person who asked for Get Carter is out there, make yourself known. Because we might have a trip up to the West End of Newcastle. Go and have a go if you think you're hard enough. That one's called The Same Old Reality. It's sort of about long-term unemployment. Facebook doesn't like you, Anita, because you've been copying and pasting the links in. Well, I appreciate your attempts to bolster up business for me, but Facebook's taking a wobbler. It won't be the first time Facebook took a wobbler, and I'm sure it won't be the last. Thank you very much, Justo. Paul Wilson plays piano. Sorry, Paul. Paul plays piano. Wilson. I know he was Paul Wilson, so when I see that name, come up, it's oh yeah, oh, right, okay. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, this has been an entirely original set this evening. I haven't done any cover versions tonight. Time. I think this one might be the last one. Let's see what it is. Okay, let's just get to the bottom of things here, ladies and gentlemen. These are Trevor Wilkinson's Seth Lover style humbucker pickups, and he met Seth Lover and he knew Seth Lover, and he asked Seth Lover all about how did you make those first pickups for the Les Paul back in the 50s, and Seth Lover says, well, I did this and this. So Trev went away with the designs and copied them exactly. So this could be contradicting everything that I said about Fenders in the early 50s being prototypes. But we're talking about the Gibson pickups of the late 50s, I think. And these are made by Trevor Wilkinson, and they are superb. I'm just going to butcher a bit of Bach because I'm fascinated by this piece of music. Anybody who tunes in and thinks this is me at my best will instantly tune out because I can't really play these things properly, but they just fascinate me so much. Beethoven said slow is great. What did Yngwie Malmsteen say? Less is less. Who are you going to listen to? some nice wrong notes in there, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Who's my favourite guitarist for tone? One man only. Richie Blackmore. Deep Purple made in Japan. That's it. Next question. Yeah, 1654 Strat, yes. Do I like floating trems on Strats? Yes, I do, very much so. Sounds like Jeff Beck on a Les Paul. Yeah. You love the scales? Yeah. You know, it's about kind of meandering, isn't it? In between, in betwixt. What have we got? I played Richie Blackmore's Strat. I played the black Strat. There was a studio in London called Nomis Studios, and the Fender A&R department was there. This is before the Fender Europe place opened up down at Gatwick Airport, and they had Richie Blackmore's Fender Strat, and there was a fella worked in there called Tom Nolan, and he let me play this guitar, and it was Richie's Strat, and it was being shipped to Japan that day or the next day, and it had the scallop neck, and I didn't like it at all. Didn't like it one bit. Doesn't mean to say that Richie Blackmore didn't make it sound absolutely fantastic in Japan later that week. Heimlich the Caterpillar, Paul Rose playing a Les Paul with a rosewood fretboard. It's all in the roses. Thank you very much, thank you very much. Thank you very much, thank you very much, thank you very much. It's the nicest thing that anyone did, but don't follow me. Okay, let's stop the playlist so we're not going to have the cameras. Okay, so that's it, half past 8, that's an hour and a half. That's more than enough, more than enough. So, stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, there's more coming. There's more coming. Who would like a song surgery? Those of you who've been asking for song surgeries, there will be a song surgery one morning this week. I don't know what morning it's going to be, possibly Thursday. Possibly Thursday. I'll put a link up for it as usual. And I'm going to be doing The Seeds of My Own Destruction from the Promises CD. And it's a lot in it, I'll tell you. So I'm going to be doing a song surgery to that one. Time for a nap. More like time to go and watch the last episode of Dope Sick, which is the best series I've seen on TV for quite some time. It's got a few little useless, pointless little bits of woke stuff in it. But what can we do about that? They have to do it, don't they? God knows why, but they do. Yeah, so basically, Merrill, the Peril, pointed out that the cameras... See, what I was doing with the cameras was I was setting them all to manual and trying to match them all and be a bit of a smart ass. And what I did during my experiments recently was I set them all to evening light, and they've all matched up, so it's all balanced, and I don't have to do anything. So I always make things complicated for myself until I work out the other way, which is the easy way, the way. You know, I'm not a photographer, I'm not a videographer, I'm a musician who's basically stumbled upon this format as a way to express my musical expressions. And when I was doing this the first time, it was like I was up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I was in there at 10 o'clock that night, for like a week, working out how it worked. And it took a long time, you know, but anyway, I think it's there now, and everything worked all right there. I think everything worked all right there. We didn't have any technical hitches. Or do you record your own backing tracks? Yes, 100%. Heimlich the Caterpillar. And you can buy them all. You can buy all of my backing tracks. You can buy all of the backing tracks at my Bandcamp page. You can't turn the brightness down. Yeah, the blue lights. Dope Sick is not a British series, it's an American series. Yeah. Okay. So, just to run through it all again, if you want to drop me a line, talk about anything in particular. I'm sick and fucking tired of Boris Johnson and his lies. I don't want to talk about them anymore. I almost started talking about Boris Johnson and his lies. Okay, I have a PayPal link in the description of the video if you want to drop a couple of quid in that. Everything's appreciated. You know, I've had a few things lying around the studio. I've had a few things lying around the studio that I've been selling in order to make these changes. Needed an extra camera, Maybe get another extra camera. I've got my eye on one on eBay at the moment. Hopefully if it doesn't get too high, I'll get that one, and then we'll have, we'll have 5 cameras for the quartet session. And when I say quartet, I say it in a kind of a tongue-in-cheek fashion. You know, it's a quartet. It's 4 of us playing music. So yes, so I've got a set of Seymour Duncan pickups for sale if anybody wants to buy a set of Seymour Duncan pickups, beautiful pickups. I got a set of Lollar pickups and I took the Seymour Duncans out. So I'll sell the Seymour Duncans and I'll be able to buy a 5th camera. Yes, that's the plan. Okay, I buy these cameras used on eBay. They were 800 quid 12 years ago. They are now like 150 used. If you get a good one that's got some kind of, you know. So that's what I'm using. They're all the same camera. Panasonic TM700, yes, pretty good. Boris the Spider. Boris the Spider. But yeah, Boris the Spider. Tony Blair. Peace Envoy. Where do we go with this world that we're living in? Peter Loudon, great show. Thank you very much. Jamila Jula, good evening. Better. Okay, fuck it. Shut up, Paul. Right, okay. Like, subscribe, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Very interesting what Steve Ford was saying there about the picture and the audio being better on Twitch. Anyway, I maybe need to remake that that flyer thing. I do have a Bandcamp page which features everything, more or less everything that I've ever done. Those pictures with the guitar neck, they're the backing tracks. The blue water behind, that's Lake Geneva. Yes, it is. And email me. And is that everything? Got a PayPal page? Have we got the obey sign? Yes. Let's all obey. Let's all obey what the BBC tells us. You can't have a differing opinion. You will be shamed and then cancelled if you do not obey. Should I go? Should I go now, ladies and gentlemen? All being a bit silly now, isn't it? Or shall we try bark again? Let's just see if we can get that bark thing to work. I think I know what the problem is. I haven't clipped my nails for a couple of weeks, and they're not quite connecting with the strings as they should. So there you go. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. I'll see you all during the week. I was going to make a flyer, but I got distracted. It's been a long week. I haven't been well. I've not been well. I've not been very well. And Christmas and New Year and all of that. So, you know, me little flyers and me little things haven't happened this week, but that's all right. They will. But like I say, I am planning a song surgery. I think it'll be Thursday morning, and it'll definitely be Seeds of My Own Destruction from the Promises CD. We'll listen to the drums, then we'll listen to the bass, then we'll listen to the drums and the bass, then we'll listen to the rhythm guitar, then we'll listen to the drums and the bass and the rhythm guitar, and then we'll listen to the organ, and then we'll listen to the sample reverse guitars, and then we'll listen to the nylon string acoustic, and then we'll listen to the live section with the reverse guitar from the gig in Biker that I dropped in from another recording, and then we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Thank you very much, everybody. Chris, Steve Forward, Ian Lee, Gary McCourt, Heimlich the Caterpillar. Heimlich. Heimlich Caterpillar.
lives beneath the weather so high and live the caterpillar. He lives beneath the wind in the size of the